Hi, it's Micah. I was watching the Hermit's Cave, my workhorse decks, and decided to join it. So, I also have the Deviant Moon under Shadow Work, and it's partially because of the big guidebook. So, a lot of decks, the guidebook brushes over the reverse meaning of the card, but as soon as I got that big book, I immediately started reading the entire meeting. And I usually got great insight out of both. And I don't read reversals. So ever since then, I often take all the meaning into consideration whenever I pull a card. One of the decks I like for Shadow Works as an oracle is the Magic of You. It's so beautiful. It has like that dreamy landscape, very abstract images. But yeah, this is a good one to sit with for a while, you know? Beautiful. So for inner child work, I chose the Hush Tarot. Um, it has a childlike whimsy, but it's mainly because when I was little, I was an only child. But I spent the summers at my grandma's house with my cousins, and we would be outside every day. So, like, when I think back on my childhood memories, I was outside a lot. I remember the sounds of the birds and going in the woods, and there was this special tree in our neighbor's yard that we would always sit under and play and talk about fairies. And I had some like dark thoughts when I was little. I was really worried about abandonment issues. I was at daycare a lot, and I kind of always worried that my mom was never going to come back. So I would legit bawl my eyes out every single day, every day for years. Um, so the turmoil that's in this deck, I definitely can attach to my inner child work and the aspect of nature and whimsy. So for an oracle, Oracle of Shadows and Light is more so my inner teenager, I would say, than inner child necessarily, because I was attracted to artwork like this. I was kind of like the goth punk girl, you know, and yeah, and it's beautiful. I still pull this deck out every once in a while. I'm debating on getting the vampire one or maybe the new deck that was it Peekaboo Rose made? I could be wrong. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm not super in love with the guidebook. It's hit or miss. I'm obviously not a child anymore. So sometimes it's, I don't know, written for high school drama or middle school drama, and that's not necessarily what my life is like anymore. You know, I can kind of, other than at work, I can kind of pick and choose who's involved. So the tarot deck for pathworking that I chose was the Moonchild, because I can really stare at these images and my senses start to shift. Um, it's a very submersive world. The calming color palettes, It's easy to daydream with. Um, I don't know if pathworking's necessarily what I do. I I kind of Googled a little bit. But a lot of my decks are very submersive to me, so yeah. Imagining the sunlight and the rainbows compared to being in the woods. I don't know. Yeah. I think emotional effects from the colors and the shadows like resonates with me. Every card has a vibe, right? And I don't get that same feeling from say like RWS. The colors in that are pretty limited, but this definitely feels like its own world. So does the Deviant Moon, you know? The Deviant Moon is definitely its own place, but I think this deck gives you more space, right? Um, More space to imagine yourself in the cards. Yeah. Take me there, I'll go. Like the sound of moving water. So the Oracle for Pathworking, I chose The Deep Place by Ray Serafina Barker. Her Kickstarter just, you know, made goal, so that's great. I still have to pick out my art prints. But yeah, this is similar to the Moonchild in the way that you can get lost in the cards, you know, like imagine your foot in the puddle or the feeling of being on a rocking boat and what fog feels like the damp and is it is it like the cold fog like you get in the morning and the sound of birds. So yeah, this is a really good deck to meditate on. The sound of thunder and lightning. It's just beautiful. I love this card. The heat of a candle burning in your hand. It's beautiful. So this was hard for me to choose. The personal growth and development. I chose the Ferhoxa. This could have gone in so many different categories for me. I put it back in order because I decided I want to read the guidebook cover to cover, look at every card, and make my own in-depth video on it because it's worth the time and effort. I've pulled from this deck enough that I've read on most of the cards already. I could probably go through and look at any card that I don't think I pulled before, but yeah, it makes me think, and I find it comforting, but I also find the challenges, and it motivates me to do better, um, to be where I want to be emotionally, if that makes any sense. I had a big experience with this sun card when it was in opposition and realized like that sometimes I hold myself here. Like I don't allow myself that love and warmth and comfort. I feel like I deserve to be, neglected and sad. This is a beautiful judgment card. So, yeah, this deck's really important to me. Definitely could be a ride or die. So for the ride or die, I did end up choosing the Lost Hollow, because it's so direct. It's pretty in your face, but in an honest way. Um, I don't know. It's not rude. It's it's just a really clear reader for me. Like it makes sense. It's not crazy over the top. And when you pull the cards like in a spread, since it's so limited in color palette, it's not visually overwhelming. And I don't know, I just enjoy it like a lot. I don't know. And the guidebook's really informative. It explains a lot of the choices for the artwork and what different, if there's god or goddesses or whatever in the deck, what they represent. I think it's really only like Egyptian stuff like this. So it explains everything, which is cool. And it's great because it's super small, but all the info is still there. Beautiful. I should probably at some point learn Thoth. This is probably the Thothiest deck I have. But I think they did a good job with the crossover, right? But yeah, look at that. When you pull the Devil card, it's so obvious that most of the time you put yourself in this own damn situation. Like, you created this. Like, you helped tie those knots by messing up over and over and over again. It's so cool. Yeah, sorry, I got lost in that a little bit. So, hello there. A new deck I'm obsessed with would definitely be The Divine Feminine by Kokorina. It's so beautiful. I like her take on the guidebook. This has become kind of like my bedtime deck. When I get home from work and I'm stressed out and I'm about to get in the tub, I've been pulling from this. Sometimes I post it on my Instagram, but I don't know. It's peaceful and it gives me space. It's not crowded. My phone cannot seem to pick up the gold in it, but there is gold in the deck. But, like, it's just beautiful. And I'm really glad I got it. I wasn't sure if it would be too simplified for me to want to read with, but it's just gorgeous. I'm super happy I decided to pre-order it. Yeah. And that gold, y'all. My honorable mention for the hello there would be the Super Linares, because I edged it in this color. Now I'm edging it in the metallic highlighter. But I did pull this from this last night before my new marker came in, and it's definitely going to get some use. I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait to finish edging it so I can, work with it. This is the $28 linen version that I did a walkthrough of. And last but not least, we got Hello Again. For this, I chose the Bonefire. I put this back in order a while ago and didn't pick it back up. But I have a feeling that once summer rolls around, I'm gonna want to. And it has like almost like a plasticky feeling card. Like, they feel protected. So I think this might be a good one for me to take out when I go in the woods to swim. I don't know. I feel like it would clean up easy. It's like pretty dark overall. And I've had it. Like, it's worn in. So I love that card. That's one of my favorites. So yeah, I didn't forget about it. I'm probably gonna not be purchasing so much and start going through decks that I already have. Because I have a lot of decks that I never did a video on, Like, just because they're not brand new doesn't mean they're not good. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Hopefully I didn't skip any by accident. And I did a live with Orshi today. I'll post a link for that. Come and check it out. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.